Have you ever just felt like you're being kind of over the top over something you started to like? Like you suddenly start talking about it at the most random moments, or start acting a bit too excited over the most specific details, or start acting like this specific thing is so important to you to the point you kinda make it into your whole personality? Or you even decide to build yourself a character AI profile for this specific character just so you can chat with them late at night when you just feel so lonely that seemingly no one but that specific character can understand you the way they do, but you also have to dodge a random flirtiness cause you don't really wanna date them, you just wanna be best friends? Okay, that was kind of specific and I've obviously never lived that reality myself. But anyway, if you can relate to any of those situations or something along this more urban dictionary definition of it, cheers, you just got yourself a hyperfixation.
I win.
Hey, I'm Acomum, and if you're new here, hi, I'm new here too. Well, kinda? Like, this channel has kind of existed for basically as long as my other accounts have. And it's not even my first account on YouTube to begin with, so... Oh god, I've been seriously on YouTube for more than 10 years now. But well, back to the main topic. Hyperfixations are weird. I guess everyone has gotten at least one of them throughout the course of their lives. Most probably more than one, to be honest. Maybe yours is some specific series you enjoy, or a random TV show from the early 2000s that you can't really run away from because it made part of your childhood and it still gets you that crazy nostalgia feeling. No, not this one. This one.
You caught me. Wait! What's that? I think it's your honor.
Where? She escaped, but how?
Or maybe your hyperfixation is on that specific movie you watched as a kid. Then maybe it's the first movie you ever watched in your life, and that you still got the plushie from, because it was the only birthday gift your parents thought of getting you since you were so obsessed with it. Or maybe it's the actual movie you watched alone back in 2018 that kind of redefined all your life passions to the ones you got now. I'm blind. Maybe your hyperfixation is actually on a song, or a band, or that boy group from your guilty pleasure music taste that you just randomly got attached to and now you're waiting for them to get back together. Oh, never mind, topic for another video. But either if you've got one or multiple, the point is that when you can't stop obsessing over something, it's basically impossible not to go out on a quest to get more and more content from that specific media. Either fanfiction, edits, shorts, forums where your fandom joins in to craft the most random stuff based on the topic. I'm talking about AO3 actually. And in today's day and age, we've basically got everything we need on the most random stuff with just one scroll on the internet. But let me tell you kids, in my time things were much different. God, I sound so old now. Back in my early teens, my parents didn't let me have that much screen time. I didn't even get an actual smartphone until I was 15, which is when I got to actually start using YouTube. And my first phone was this BlackBerry thingy that kinda had an internet access, and I could only go about reading fanfiction on it back in the day, and that was it. My favorite fanfiction was one of those Hunger Game ones that... Nope. No. Stop that. I'm not dealing with you again. I'm still having a lot of trouble dealing with the other guy. Oh, dang it. But before getting my first BlackBerry, I only had an old computer to work with limited screen time, and siblings I had to share it with. So basically my only joyful moments aside from reading physical books were waddling on a penguin island and YouTube. And oh man, did YouTube fuel my hyperfixation. From Minecraft and Stardew Valley all the way to those random fandubs and game theories on FNAF, everything was on YouTube. Couldn't play the actual Undertale cause you got no money? Don't worry, just obsess over Megalovania while watching an insane gameplay on YouTube. Everything was right there. The crazy theories, the random blogs, the specific AMV Ray made back in 2016 that was kind of my first official introduction to K-pop. I built most of my teen years on this platform, found out about the world, laughed, cried, watched the site grow and support every little passion I had back in my early teens. Even finding my dream job was anchored on this is YouTube binge watching. You see, back in the early 2010s, aside from the genre of vlogging and gameplay, there was another genre of YouTube videos growing on a slow but really steady pace, the animation genre. Being able to watch the rise of animation channels such as Domex, Jaden Animations, The Odd Ones Out, and Let Me Explain was kinda like finding the holy grail. Remember I said I still got memories from the first movie I've ever watched at the cinema? Yeah, I was already obsessed with animation back at that point. Toddler me just loved animation. I even used to pull a sheet of paper and press it onto the screen just to copy the characters. Back in the day, it was still a glass screen, so no worries with pencil scratches. But finding out I could actually work with animation, it was like my mind just exploded. Watching YouTube had kinda been my life so far. Other than being your average nerd in school, drawing was already one of my core definitions. And all because YouTube had shown me so many tutorials. And although I never really thought it was actually possible, I kind of entertained the idea of becoming a YouTuber. I mean, just like every other kid my age. But my parents were old school, and just like putting a screen timer on teenager me, being a YouTuber was also off limits. No showing your face on the internet when you're under 18. Safety and all. Not that they were wrong though, but that did make me put a hold on my dreams. So off we go, secretly creating my dream job while watching even more YouTube. I started learning a bit more of traditional drawing, a bit of digital drawing, a bit of animation. I even went on a search for a college degree that could get me closer to working on my dream job. But it's just as I say, adult life is hard, and sometimes you end up in a random office desk instead of an animation studio. And even so, YouTube was still there, with some random true crime stories, some funny gameplays, and my good old YouTube animation community. My hyperfixations on different topics never left me, and YouTube was there like some virtual mentor to keep showing me new content on wherever I was stuck at. But it also was this depressing reminder of my dream job that I left behind. One where I could just talk about the things I like with a community of people that like the same stuff, or that even enjoy completely different things but could still relate to each other on some level. It took me being laid off my office job and almost having a meltdown just to hear my therapist ask me, "And why didn't you do it?" And that got me thinking, why didn't I do it? I was already old enough. Maybe a little too old, who knows? I had already went through my fair share of crises and problems. Already have worked on a terrible job, in which I got to the point of watching the whole Attack on Titan seasons back to back in just a month, just because I didn't have anything to do. So I finally decided to do it. 10 years later, now way older than my teen self, I decided to finally get to it and start working on my dream job. So I drew my new profile picture, doodled a cute chibi, and worked on a model I could talk through. And then launched my YouTube channel. I'm still perfecting things, I'm far from professional or famous, but I want to be able to share my dreams and random yapping online, and hopefully, soon enough, I'll find my space in this line of internet I'm so hyperfixated on. So if you feel like being part of this community that I'm starting to build up, subscribe, leave a like down below, and comment here if you've had any of your own hyperfixations pushed forward by the YouTube algorithm. And with that, I hope I'll see you back here soon.